Hey Brainiacs, and welcome to Brainwaves. Today we're diving deep into the mysterious realm of fear. So grab your courage cloak and join us on this thrilling adventure through the brain's fearful fandango, the amygdala's alarm. Meet the amygdala, the brain's early warning system. Picture it as the fear DJ spinning tracks of trepidation. When you encounter a potential threat, real or imaginary, the amygdala cranks up the volume, sending signals to other brain areas. Imagine this. You're peacefully minding your business, perhaps scrolling through your favorite memes. When suddenly, out of the corner of your eye, you spot it, a menacing, eight-legged creature making itself at home on your wall. Your amygdala, the guardian of fear, hits the alarm button. In an instant, fear transforms you into a fear-fueled ninja. Your heart races like a drumbeat, adrenaline surges, and your senses sharpen. Time slows down as you calculate the optimal escape route. The once mundane living room becomes a battlefield, and you, the fearless ninja, prepare for the ultimate showdown. With swift, stealthy moves, you grab a shoe, your ninja weapon of choice, and approach the intruder. Your hands, now trained by fear, move with precision. Every step is deliberate, every breath is calculated. In a fearless flash, you strike. The shoe meets the arachnid adversary, and you execute a ninja vanish. As the adrenaline subsides, you stand victorious. The amygdala, satisfied with its early warning system, stands down. And you return to your meme-scrolling sanctuary, forever changed by the brief but intense fearful fandango orchestrated by your brain. Fear-fueled ninja, not a profession but a title earned in the daring dance with spiders. The Hippocampus Chronicles. Enter Hippocampus! The hippocampus is like the brain's storyteller, creating fear narratives. It catalogs your scary stories, helping you recognize and respond to similar situations in the future. Example, the Haunted Corn Maze Chronicles. Imagine a crisp autumn evening, the air filled with laughter and the scent of cider. You and your friends decide to venture into a local haunted corn maze for some seasonal thrills. Little did you know, this innocent adventure would etch itself into the chronicles of the hippocampus. As you enter the maze, the twists and turns become a labyrinth of fear. Each eerie rustle of corn leaves becomes a ghostly whisper, and every shadow morphs into a potential scare. Your hippocampus diligently records the spatial details of the maze, creating a mental map filled with fear-laden landmarks. The creepy clown statue, the ominous scarecrow, and the unexpected fog patches all become permanent entries in the hippocampus's haunted library. Weeks later, when you think back to that spooky maze adventure, the hippocampus replays the chronicles of fear. The rustling leaves and ghostly whispers resurface, and the hippocampus adds an extra shiver to the memory. Fear, once experienced, becomes a narrative etched into the hippocampus, ready to be replayed whenever the brain decides to revisit the haunting tale. Scene 3, Thalamus Theater. Thalamus takes the stage. The thalamus acts as the brain's central switchboard, relaying sensory information. When it comes to fear, the thalamus is the messenger, rapidly relaying signals to different areas of the brain, especially the amygdala, which is the emotional center responsible for processing fear. Imagine you're home alone on a stormy night. The house creaks, and suddenly, you hear a distinct creaking floorboard. This seemingly innocuous sound triggers a rapid response orchestrated by the thalamus. The thalamus swiftly relays this sensory information to various areas of the brain, including the amygdala, because, well, it could be a potential threat. The amygdala, upon receiving the thalamic message, quickly evaluates the situation. Is there a reason to be afraid? Is there a potential danger lurking? Maybe your mind jumps to horror movie scenarios. It initiates the fear response. Your heart rate increases, muscles tense, and you might even experience a momentary freeze as your brain gears up for action. In this way, the thalamus acts as a crucial messenger, ensuring that your brain is promptly informed about potential threats, allowing for a rapid and coordinated fear response. That door knocker you thought was a skull, innocuous in reality, becomes a trigger that sets off a cascade of neural events thanks to the vigilant role of the thalamus. The hypothalamus hypnotic dance. The hypothalamus coordinates the body's fear response. When fear arises, the hypothalamus activates the body's fight, flight, or freeze response by releasing certain hormones. Picture this. You're cozily nestled in bed on a silent night. Suddenly, you hear a mysterious noise emanating from somewhere in your house. The hypothalamus takes the stage in response and releases certain hormones. Your ears capture the unsettling sound, and your brain perceives it as potentially threatening. The hypothalamus releases stress hormones, particularly adrenaline and cortisol, into your bloodstream. Adrenaline increases heart rate, dilates air passages, allowing you to breathe more efficiently, redirects blood flow away from less critical functions like digestion, and directs it toward muscles, providing a burst of energy. Cortisol prompts the liver to release glucose into the bloodstream, providing an energy boost for the body. It temporarily shuts down functions like digestion and the immune system, saving energy for the immediate stressor. The release of these hormones is a finely tuned dance, helping the body adapt to and cope with stresses. Prefrontal cortex comedy hour. The prefrontal cortex, our brain's comedian, tries to make sense of fear. It's the part that says, hey, that shadow is just a coat rack. But sometimes, fear steals the spotlight. Coping mechanisms carnival. To cope with fear, our brain introduces coping mechanisms, from deep breaths to laughter. It's like a carnival of strategies to tame the fearful fandango. Imagine this scenario. You and a friend decide to explore an old, supposedly haunted house. As you step through the creaking door, the air feels heavy with mystery. Suddenly you hear a sound, a mysterious thud in the distance. Your friend, attempting to mask the rising tension, lets out a burst of nervous laughter, a coping mechanism. It's an involuntary reaction, an attempt to diffuse the tension and lighten the atmosphere. It's a way for the brain to say, hey, we're okay. Let's not take this too seriously. And there you have it, the brain's fear factory. We've waltzed through the amygdala's alarms, the hippocampus chronicles, the thalamus's theater, the hypothalamus's dance floor, and the prefrontal cortex comedy hour. Remember, fear is a dance we all do. But understanding its steps can make the fear factory a little less frightening. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Until next time on Brainwaves, stay curious, stay brave.